Hello everyone, welcome back to Call Your Paul. Right, so it's a bit of an overdue update video. Haven't put a video out for a while. I've had a few health problems. I've been quite badly ill in hospital. I managed to get my operation though, an emergency operation. Got cancelled 3 times, but finally got that sorted and we're all better now. So as you can see, I'm not stood outside. This is our new filter shed. What I'll do, I'll turn my camera around and then we'll get into it. Right, so just before that, I've got quite a few clips from doing various bits on the pond before this stage. Unfortunately, I couldn't film much of it because I was pretty ill, so it was an hour here, an hour there, when I wasn't in a lot of pain. Alright, so I'll try and put a few clips in of what I've got so you can see a few bits of what I got up to, but I'll give you a tour around now. Right. So this is the entrance to the filter shed here. As you can see, I've started to get all the wiring and bits in now. It's taken a while getting all the plumbing and stuff done. My last video I showed roughly where all the pipes and bits will lay. I've now got all of those in, they're backfilled, and I've started doing concrete, as you can see, just getting that in now. Down here are the 2 sumps which I talked about last time. I was a bit hesitant about how I was gonna get them blocked and whatever, but they went not too bad, if I'm honest. I'll take the lids off and I'll show you what is inside them. Right, so I've got the lids off. As you can see in this first one, we've got 2 4-inch ball valves. The one comes from a skimmer on the left here, over there, runs down going through the ground to there, and the others from a bottom drain. Both 2 4-inch purge valves which go through into this sump here. In here we have 7 pipes coming through the walls, all from the valves here, all the different wastes. We've got a skimmer, overflow, possibly a sander skimmer or something like that. We've got drain down there so I can put gutters and bits on the roof, and also if I do, I might do some upflow filters. I've been liking those, ones which Wright and a couple of other YouTubers have made, so I may make a few of those and just put them, a row of them along there in front of the Backy River. We've also got waste coming down here so that I can drain out the Backy River and clean that. I might put a sink somewhere as well, not too sure where that's going to go yet. Right, so a bit of an overview of how I'm wiring this place up. I've got all my switch wires coming down here for the lights, putting some LED fluorescents along the ceiling here, probably a couple of 6-foot twins, and then outside we're going to have some LED tapes running along the soffits. Might put some little spotlights or something in the bottom around there outside. We're going to build a sort of patio area there. Outside on the pond, I'll show you that after, where we're going to put the lights. And I've also put a couple of switch wires just at the top here, so I can pop a couple of lights, one say there, one maybe there, shining onto the front side of the backdrop of the pond, and also an extra switch wire for if we put the pergola up. So what I've got with the sockets and bits, I'm doing everything in radial circuits, which means 1 cable for everything, and it means they're all going to be on their individual breakers. I'm going to have RCBOs on each circuit, so if one trips, for example, it will not turn everything off. If I have one air pump go, I'll still have the other 1 or 2 running. If I have one pump go, I've still got the other pump running. So what I've got, a couple of sockets down here. One's going to be outside socket, the other's going to be for UV and bits on the Backy River. Over here I've got a feed for the air source heater. If I put one in, hopefully we'll put one in, but that'll go outside that side. Got a few sockets and bits coming up round here. Put some conduit and stuff in to take the switch wires out for the LED lights. And so what I'm going to do over here as well, I'm going to pop a adapter box somewhere around there, which will house the connections for the LED tape and the soffit lights and bits like that. I'll probably put the drivers under here, under where I'm going to mount the consumer units. and then I'll box all that in, keep it all nice and dry. I'm going to get some IP rated consumer units anyway, so they will be waterproof if they get wet, but it's always best to keep them off the water anyway. So coming round here, I've got a couple of feeds up for the airlines. I was testing them just before, so that's why that's on there at the moment. I think what I'm going to do with these airlines is maybe put a T on these. I want to put a pressure valve, gauge, sorry, not a valve, a gauge, pressure gauge on each one, just so I can see if either they're getting blocked or I've got a problem with the diaphragms in the air pumps or something like that. So I've got a couple of feeds coming up there. Down here, I've got another feed coming up, which is going to be for my auto top up. That's what I've got going on here. Just got a 100 amp main switch, 6 amp MCB, and a timer relay. Sorry, not a timer relay, a flow sensor relay thing for water. So what we're going to do in here, inside the skimmer there, I'm going to have 3 probes. One will be constantly immersed in water, so you will get the resistance that way. One will be the bottom level, so once it drops past that one, it will then start to fill up to the top probe, which once it hits that, it will stop filling. I've also got the overflow just down there. I'm going to probably bring up another feed somewhere around here for a skimmer possibly, but I have put some up here. I've put 3 circuits in, as you can see, for the skimmers, one for the air, one for the O2 and one for the ozone. So if you do run a skimmer, you really need to run ozone, and to run ozone you really need to have a pure oxygen generator or something like a oxygen concentrator, I believe they're now called, some of them, a bit like what they use in hospitals for all these COVID patients. Around here I'm going to have an extractor fan, just take out some air. I want to keep some fresh air coming in. Obviously with the oxygen you need to keep it decent in here, otherwise you're going to be pumping stale air through your pond. So I've got all my ducts coming up round here. I'm going to probably put a couple of 24-way consumer units around here, a couple of rows of all the RCBOs, a row of timers, and I've got all my drivers and bits to go for the LEDs as well around there. Up here I'm going to put a water heater, flow through water heater, so I can have some hot water in here just to clean off things like microscope slides and nets, bowls, all that sort of stuff. Got my water pipes coming up. I've pressure tested these at the weekend. We had a bit of a, well, I put a pressure test on them, took them up to about 4 bar, and it was dropping straight down. But what it was over here, as you can see, I've taken this tap off. I could not get this tap to seal. Without PTFE tape, with a couple of pieces of PTFE tape wrapped around it, or with loads, it just will not seal. So I think I'm going to scrap that and get a new one. So don't get that brand, they don't seal. I looked at the reviews after getting it and they weren't too good, so I think other people have been having problems with that as well. You see the bio chamber out the back here? As you can see, I've now finished all the pipe work down here. They come down to these 4 valves here, so I can individually turn off each section once I've got some baffles in there. Two 2-inch pipes coming down here. One will be flowing into the K1 area or into the shower, and the other will probably go into a backy shower, which I may run along the top and sit it over the top, but that's going to be another project. What I'll do now is I'll pop outside and I'll show you what the clad and everything's looking like. Right, so it's a bit of a mess out here at the moment. I've got all my valves, got my chop saw down here. Obviously I had to take everything back out whilst I've started concreting. So this is what he's looking like. We haven't got the soffits fully done yet on this side, but as you can see we've used Canadian cedar, which is pretty expensive, but you get a lovely colour off it. So as you can see, what I'm planning on doing with this patio is taking this wall across here, so we've got a sort of Z. that area there just isn't usable at the moment, and around there we've got a little triangular patch, nothing can be done there. So if we take that down, we've got some usable area there, and a little bit more usable there, and also I can pop an air source heat pump there. I'm trying to convince my dad to get one, so hopefully we will. Let's look at the pond. It's quite green at the moment. I put some fresh water in every few days to keep flushing it through, but it's just sitting there, so it is going quite green. As you can see, there's still a piece to go down there, and on this side we haven't put those on yet, so that we can do some lights along the bottom here. Also, these granite coping stones are still not stuck down. We've taken those off so we can drop the cables down for those. So the window, 39mm thick. We managed to get it in. It was in the pissing rain, but we got it in. I had a big cover over. Spent 500 quid on a vacuum lift machine and a hoist crane, but we managed to get it in. I've got a few photos of that going in as well, so I'll pop those in as well. Right, so we're over at the bio now. As you can see, down here I've got 4 2-inch gravity returns. There's going to be a baffle going across there, one across there, and one down there. So there's going to be 2 little sections there. That one's got a 9-inch air dome in. This section here will be for K1, and it's got 4 9-inch air domes in. If you can just see them under the water slightly. But I've tested those. I'll pop a couple of videos in of them bubbling away, but they are really looking good. So as you can see, the fish are doing all lovely. Bit of blanket weed on the surface, but I've been leaving that in. It's a bit of protection from the sun for them. As you noticed, there's no insulation, no heater. This pond has been down at sort of 1, 0, -1, -2 degrees this year. No problems with the fish. And as you can see, they are very happy. And also, this pond is doing brilliantly. Big sturgeons just there, as you can see, underneath that carp. There's some big koi in this pond here. As you can see, I've moved the big 310. This has just got the 210 on it at the moment. I need to get it back on for summer, but she's doing lovely. Right, so I think what my next few jobs are, I've got to get a big metal stand done all the way along my back here to put my big backy river on, and also one just here to sit the drum filter on. I'm not too sure how big I'm going to make the stand for the drum filter to sit on yet. What I was going to do was have it sort of 500mm or so longer than the drum, put the 2 pumps after the drum, and then pump them up here. What I'll do, I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you what I'm thinking now. So what I'm now thinking is, if I have the stand here, I'm not sure whether I'm going to put the pumps on the ground, because I want to put some upflow filters along here. Big protein skimmer. I don't think that's now tall enough. I think it's about 10mm too damn short for a protein skimmer to go there, unless I make one myself, and we'll see where it goes then. But I might put some upflow filters here, flow them into them, and then flow those onwards. Obviously you can't put the whole flow through an upflow filter, only sort of 7,500–8,000 litres, depending on the size of it. So that would mean I would need multiple. One's not enough, is it? So that means if I had a row of upflow filters here, they would essentially flow probably 2 of them, 2 or 3, depends how many I make. I might make 2, might make 4, I might make 6, depends on cost. I've got the room, it's not going to take any extra power to run them. The more you have, the less restriction to the flow there is, so it will increase the flow potential. Well, it won't slow the flow down as much as having one and trying to do it through. So I might put a row of them here. I have a couple flowing into the Backy River, one flowing into the protein skimmer. I might put the rest through to the chamber or the Backy shower, which I might put on there. Not too sure what I'm going to do about that yet, but once I've got the river and the K1 chamber and the jacked mat chamber done, we can sort out a shower. Right, so with the upflow filters, there's a few different ways people have been doing them. I like the way Righty's been doing it with his automatic one. The only part I don't really like is the fact he's using a solenoid valve. Nothing against solenoid valves, it's just the fact it's not a straight through flow. Because it's wastewater, it will quite likely get blocked. It doesn't flow straight. Once the solenoid valve opens, it opens at the top, but what has to flow through, come up through the valve and back down, which adds a lot of blockage around inside the valve. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting a couple of 2-inch, well possibly a couple of 2-inch PVC motorised ball valves. They're quite a bit more expensive, but it would mean there'd be no restriction or no potential blockages. I'd have to have one for each pump, so if I had say 2 filters on each pump, I'd have to have one ball valve for each one. If I had 3, I still only need one ball valve for each pump. So I think that's probably the way I'll go, and then do it the same sort of way as Righty's doing it with the automation. Right, so I think that's it for this video then. So I've put quite a bit in. I've showed you all of what it looks like now. I've put a few clips in of me trying to do the pond returns and all of that sort of stuff, and the insulation, and oh, that was yeah, fiberglass as well. It's all been fiberglass as I showed you. I'll get this concrete base done. I want to get a fair bit done before each update, because otherwise there's not much content in it. But hopefully that's given you some idea of what we've still got going on and what's still to come. Hopefully I can get a fish in before the growing season this year. I really want to. I wanted to get them in last year, if I'm honest, before the winter, but there was no way that happened with my health. I was in hospital so much, I was very ill, but now I'm all better and we can get cracked on. Alright, so if you like the video, please like it. If you want to check out my other videos, please watch them, and then hit subscribe and see my next ones. Alright, thank you very much for watching.